Good morning, students. Today I am going to discuss one important protocol called TCP/IP. In the last day, in my last video, I have told you about TCP/IP and the protocols. In computer networks, communication occurs between entities in different systems. An entity is anything capable of sending or receiving information. However, two entities cannot simply send bit streams to each other and expect to be understood. For communication to occur, the entities must agree on a protocol. So, what is a protocol? A protocol is actually a set of rules that governs data communication. A protocol defines what is communicated, how it is communicated, and when it is to be communicated. And the key elements of a protocol are syntax, semantics, and timings. Okay, now there are some standards, or you can say the standards that has to be followed while formulating the protocols. There are few de facto and de jure standards, and the standards organization that defines those protocols are called standard organizations. Some standard organizations can be named as ISO, International Organization for Standardization, ITOT, International Telecommunication Union or Telecommunication Standards Sector, CCITT, International Consultative Committee for International Telegraphy and Telephony, ANSI or ANSI, American National Standards Institute, and then we have IEEE, Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers. Then we have EIA, Electronic Industries Association. So these are few associations, forums, and regulatory agencies that formulates these protocols. So today I am going to discuss one major important protocol, TCP/IP. Please give the heading in your copy, TCP/IP. The full form is Transmission Control Protocol. Transmission Control Protocol, Internet Protocol, TCP/IP. It is a stream connection oriented and reliable transmission protocol. Okay. Here, port number is important because TCP uses port numbers as transport layer addresses. Some well-known port numbers are port number 7 for echo protocol, port number 9 for discard protocol. These are all TCP port numbers. Port number 11 for users protocol, active users. Port number 13, daytime protocol, that returns the date and the time. Port number 17, port number 19, port number 20. Port number 20 is important to share files, file transfer protocol. Port number 23 for telnet. Port number 25 for SMTP. Port number 53 for DNS. Port number 80, very important. Port number 80, very important. HTTP, please note down in your copy. Port number 80 is for HTTP protocol. Port number 80 is used by Transmission Control Protocol, TCP, for sending hypertext transfer protocols. Very important, port number 80. Now see, in this diagram here, I want to show you how the TCP/IP works. If you can see the layers, actually internet works in layers. So whatever bases are using, it is used in layers. Now see, this is number one layer, or called physical layer, through which the data is to be sent. Can you see the icon over here in physical layer? Here the networking LAN cable is to be given. So it is physical layer that provides you the physical communication with any of the world. Okay, so after that, in the second layer, this is the first layer, physical layer is the first layer. In the second layer we have data link layer. See, number 2 is given over here, data link layer. Here the MAC address or your machine's address is given. See here, examples are given: source MAC address and destination MAC address, to the source machine address and the destination machine address. That is to be converted in source IP address and of course in destination IP address. And based on that address conversion, the port has to be selected. SRC port, destination, the source port and destination port has to be selected, and then the message has to be sent. That message, this whole packet is called data packet. The third layer is actually the network layer, where IP addresses are given. So see, the source IP address and destination IP address is given, and based on that, source port and destination port is determined, and then the message is attached into it. The fourth layer is transport layer, where the protocols used are TCP and UDP. So in fourth layer, basically the TCP protocol is used. UDP full form is user datagram protocol. User datagram protocol. So here, based on the source port and destination port numbers, the message is built up. And here it is the application layer, in which the application layer, the message, the user will send the message. So in this way, the TCP IP is a two-layered program. The higher layer disassembles message content into small data packets and then transmitted over the internet to be reassembled at the receiving computer's TCP back into message in original form. So this is how the TCP IP works. Now here some more higher level apps are used with TCP IP. I would like to tell you those, introduce you those protocols. So here it is. Please note down FTP. This is file transfer protocol. Just write down the name. FTP file transfer protocol. HTTP hypertext transfer protocol, the web pages. Telnet. Telnet to get the addresses in remote locations. And then SMTP protocol. The full form is Simple Mail Transfer Protocol for email services. So these are few more protocols that are under this TCP protocol, Transmission Control Protocol and IP protocol. Okay. Let us move to FTP protocol. This is also a very important protocol name. Write down FTP in your copy. FTP. That is File Transfer Protocol. Okay, we are studying TCP, and FTP is one of the important service protocol that is used with TCP. Okay. Now the main services that are provided by TCP are stream delivery services, sending and receiving buffers, bytes and segments, full duplex services, connection oriented services, some reliable services, etc. Now I am going to discuss FTP or File Transfer Protocol. FTP, please note down in your copy, FTP or file transfer protocol. FTP or file transfer protocol. Please draw this diagram in your copy, how FTP work. How FTP work. If you can see in the diagram, the FTP client give commands to get a file from the server. FTP server will process that command and send the required file to the client. This is used for basically for file transfer, and the protocol FTP is the standard mechanism provided by the internet for copying a file from one host to another. Transferring files from one computer to another is one of the most common tasks expected from a networking or interconnection environment. Although transferring files from one system to another system seems very simple and straightforward, but it is not so. FTP client and FTP server must follow FTP protocol for this, and it is also a connection oriented protocol. FTP uses the services of TCP. It needs two TCP connections, and TCP port number 21 is used to control connection, and port number 20 is used for data connection. The well-known port 21 is used for the connection control, and port number 20 is used for data connection. There are two types of connection with FTP: the control connection, the data connection. I'll give you some example. If you want to get an idea of how to monitor or how to transfer these files, you can use some popular and reliable clients such as FileZilla or WinSCP or CyberDuck or GFTP. The names are given in the notes. See, FileZilla, WinSCP, CyberDuck and GFTP. I'll give you one slide for practical. See how to work on FTP. Here we are using FileZilla. You have to download FileZilla in your laptop and then install it, and then from the file menu open the site manager and click on new site button. Type the credential available of any domain, press OK. It will connect the computer with remote computer. Screen will be something like this. The left side pane will display the folder files of our computer, and right side pane will display the file structure of remote computer through simple drag. You can use this simple program in your lab or in your home also. Okay, you can connect using FileZilla. So in this way you can get the file structure of any other machine in your lab or in your home, okay, at your desktop. It's very easy to do the practicals. Please note down the software name, FileZilla. Use FileZilla for see the file structure of any other computer, and by sitting on your desktop you can easily download any other files situated in some other remote machine. Okay, so please go through it. I would like to share the practicals with you. Okay, one more thing I would like to give you for practice. See, these are few websites. Please note down the website name in your copy. demo.wftpserver.com, port number 5466. demo.wftpserver.com, wftpserver.com, port number 5466, and you have to use the username demo-admin and password demo-admin. So this is the web-based administration. You can see how to work in these sites. Similarly, for web-based client practice, you can go to http demo.wftpserver.com. Let me click on that and show you. This is the login server, FTP server. You have to give the account name, account ID over here, and the password. Demo user. It's very easy. Go to login. So it is showing you, welcome to Wing FTP server online demo. In this web client, you can download the files under the folder download, upload your own files into the folder upload. Click on OK. But the required permissions are not given over here. That is the problem. So here it is showing the size 0. That means no files are still over there. You may upload your own file, but I think it requires some permission. Yes, one video is given, prevention mining.jpg. Some diagrams are given. So this is the I have clicked on download or upload. So if you can see, I may show you that this is the upload button. This is the upload button, and of course you all know the button behind this is the download button. See, if you want, you can create your own server also. You can create your own file server on your machine, and your friends may use it. Okay, we'll see this in the lab while doing practicals. But okay, this is all about FTP. This will be the interesting part for you. Please try it. Please note down this for practical. The web-based administration practical, demo.wftpserver.com, 5466 port number, demo admin is the username, and for the web-based client, username and password is demo user. Here important port numbers are written, 21, 990 and 2222. Okay, in the next class we will go for point to point protocol. Okay.